Persevere. Persevere. You're going through a little trouble. Are you ready to jump off the bandwagon? The Lord is saying, as servants of the living God, we will only be able to get through this by His grace. It's by His grace that we are going to get through it. The grace of God. Huh? Paul understood what it means to get through by grace. Paul said that there was given, because of the abundance of my revelation, there was given to me a thorn in my flesh, a messenger of Satan to buffet me. Because of, at least I be exalted above measure because of the revelation that I received, man. He said, I sought the Lord 3 times, Sister Lena, 3 times. And he said on the 3rd time, Carl, Lord tell you, listen, Skipper, my grace is sufficient for you. Stop confusing me. Persevere, Paul. Be steadfast, never abounding, never wavering. My grace is sufficient for you. Well, you keep whoppering. You got one foot. Stand firm. Stand firm. Soldiers, stand firm. Persevere. Be steadfast. Listen, they said that we do not have a high priest who cannot be touched by the feelings of our infirmities, but was tempted in every single point, just like we are, yet without sin. So you don't have an excuse. Who is the high priest and king of our lives? Who is the high priest and the king of our souls? The Lord Jesus, man. And when he was in the wilderness, and he was tempted after 40 days or 40 nights of being hungry, lacking food and everything you need, food, shelter, and clothing, he was tempted. Some of you are going through a wilderness right now in your lives, and you're ready to jump off. You're not ready to see. You can't handle the temptations. He was tempted in every point, just like we are. We are tempted in the lust of the flesh, in the lust of the eyes, and in the pride of life. We are tempted in every score. And the trials that you are facing today, you are tempted in every single area, if not 1 or 2, all. All, my brothers and sisters. Don't reflect on nobody, now reflect on your own self. Let us reflect on ourselves and understand what the Lord is saying to us. That listen, this is not time to lollygag. God is not. No, we can't lollygag. And we can't take God as a pappy show. God is not a pappy show. He loves us, but he's not a pappy show. He sent too much word. He sent too much. Listen. God is not your pappy show. God is not my pappy show. I preach it to myself too. God is not my pappy show. Listen. In Corinthians chapter 10, 13, it says, no temptation has overtaken you, you know. Except that is common to man. Everything that you face ain't come out the sky. It has been here for donkey years. He said, but God is what? God, say that again. God is faithful. God, listen, if you didn't believe it, it means that you're taking God as a pappy show. Because after you have tasted the blessedness of God, the grace of God, you cannot say 5 words without putting the word faithful in there. God is faithful. It says he is faithful, who will not allow you to be tempted beyond that which you are able. But whatever you're going through now, you are able to deal with it. You are able, more than able. If indeed the Spirit of Christ is dwelleth within you. For if any man has not the Spirit of Christ, then he is none of his. But with the temptation will also make a way of escape, that you may be able to bear. But with the temptation, God move this from me. God tell this way. God will rebuke this. He said, with the temptation. With the temptation. Because it need to agitate you. That's how pearls is made. How our character going to be shaped if you have nothing to try you and agitate your character? With the temptation. With the temptation. Don't try to get rid of it. Try to get through it with God. Let's try to get through it.